Michel back again. We're going to be doing a new build today. Started a new world building project with my good friend Santron, and we are in the process of creating our first module together. Um, it's going to be a tier 1 module of the Lyceum College, which is a thought project of Sans from a few years back that we will be working into a tier 1 beginners DM, beginners players kind of learning module, a complete module from levels 1 to 5. You see here I'm just kind of panning through some of my work. Got a decent start on us. I wanted to at least kind of get my direction before I started hopping on here streaming. A build this big, you tend to kind of aimlessly just click around for a few hours here and there, so it's nice to kind of sit down and do some brainstorming with my partner and just figuring out where we want to go. Like right here, I think I could start maybe adding in these arches of some sort. They fit in super well like that too, though. Let's see if I can find some type of piece of stone that I can throw over the top of this. If not, I might just do the walls, because that'll give me opportunity to put torches on them. Some sconces. But I love these little gargoyles on the pieces. May I say that I absolutely love. Ooh, where'd it go? Love what Dungeon Alchemist has been doing lately. They're doing a lot of really good work. A lot of added assets and such. Yes, I did have these as open hallways, and this is kind of like my experiment. Depending on how much I like this, I might try and put these on all of these big walkways. You see I have several of them. However, my only concern is these ones are smaller than these other big ones. Like the end caps. Just might just do this interior. Just make it look more sectioned off, if you will. Okay, so phase 1 did not work. Let's go into structure. Let's find some freestanding walls. It's kind of like there's like layers. Like I'm like, hey, does the program just let me do it? No. B, does the program have the pieces? Yes, no. Oh, they don't? Okay. C, I need to go find pieces that I can pretend look like the pieces I want. Yeah, I'm only concerned doing another leaf here is I'd have to do this with it and sink it into the wall, and I don't like that. And also this has to get bigger, so we're gonna try this. Sag. I got these brick sizes to match. Is that just like the original wall? Yeah. Oh gosh, it's so close. Oh, is it just not even the same thickness either? So like sometimes they be doing weird stuff like this. Like I don't know why. Like who in the animation department was like, yo, let's add these really cool gothic arches, but then the gothic matching walls will just make a little bit different size there for you. Just make things keep you on your toes. I can't see. Where am I going off? Like, cause I don't want to sink it. And I need to squeeze it a bit. Yeah, that fixes it. I just probably just have to come and do a double wall. It's not letting me place it where I want to. There we go. No, no. I mean, it's good enough for me. You can put a Wisconsin photo over it, but do we like it from afar? I don't know. Let's put the other wall on. Let's find out. No, no. Yeah, it's all about multiple angles. Even like this is like I guess let's say like layman's 3D modeling, like where the modeling's already done. You're just taking models and putting them together. So like you're still 3D modeling, but just like all my experience from 3D modeling and from building these 3D maps and stuff is just multiple angles. You play with something at one face, play with it from another face, and then come in from like a weird third angle, and like always just like triple check. You can like there's a lot of collision stuff here, so it's like you can fool around with like the auto drop if you're trying to stay on grid, which is really helpful if you're trying to like a lot of this library I was on grid for. But like say like these walls here that are clearly curved and off grid. Yeah, you really got to come through like look. So this is that angle. You think everything looks good in the room, and then you come back to the other side, and you're like, oh no, oh no. This one cabinet is just like bleeding. Oh, like a little tiny bit. So it's like we need to like just squeeze it in. And there's still a little corner bleeding through. So just like slide it over a tad. And then make sure this is why that's why, because this one doesn't need to hold the control. Um. No, that won't fit. I think one of these will fit. Na, 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 na. Really glad I found this nice mix of fantasy for my stream here. I'll copyright free G. Copyright Fridger. I guess I like it if I can put another banister over the top of it to match it. Let's see. Yeah, so we're on a match. not the right one. I really like the clovers, though. This one might work. It's pretty close. Ah, no, it's never gonna work. Let's try a different piece. This piece goes all the way across. Maybe that's viable. Well, what do we think? I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Not like it's not exactly what I envisioned, but at least has some more style to it than just straight walls. I'll see what my partner thinks on it. It's very nice having somebody working with you in a project because you can just be like, what do you think? Is this bad? Please tell me your honest opinion. Oh, whoa. Am I missing something hardcore over here? How much further is that over? Alright, clearly it's off. Clearly. Let's get some banistered measuring tools. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dude, that's centered on 3. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Why is it longer over here? Pillar? Oh, pillar maybe? Throwing you in quick. You don't look like you're as far over as you should be. That I know of. I think that was the issue. That's starting. Literally, it's like bowed out. I'll put us closer. I'll cheat it a little, but just make sure it's not destroying my. I think that's why I had these placed on the inside. I mean, can I place these both on the inside? I don't think I need them to bleed through these rooms. I kind of just don't even care. Oh, yep. Need it to bleed through on that corner there. That's what I need it to do. Honestly, I don't even want this. I guess that's okay, but I still don't even fully love it. I guess if that's the case, I gotta like, gotta cheese them over. Cause look, they are a little off balance. I mean, that's just about as center as I get it. I wish there's like a grid line or something where you could just be like, pew, 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 what's the measurement? The bigger I make this, the cooler I can make it as well, because I don't want those bricks to show at all. Is that bleeding down both sides now? Yeah, it's just starting to look a little too all over itself. You know, it's just a little too... And we're still bleeding through there, damn it. What can I put up in that corner? None of that's ever gonna work, dude. It's gotta be gothic. Solid stone. Ah, see, this is where I get a little stuck sometimes. Where it's like, do I keep battling to try and get this the way I want it to be, or Do I give up and just go try other stuff? These buttresses, actually, I kind of don't know how to use them effectively. To be honest, I thought about maybe placing them in here. I think this is how they're used. And I small ones. I actually also thought like maybe outside. These might look good outside. Maybe something like this. Yeah, I'm not sure about this either. I'm kind of just like gonna experiment, zoom out, and see what I think. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not really sure how Gothic buttresses are supposed to be applied. I gotta do some research. I do like this, however. I like what I have here. But I think this is okay. I move forward with that. Just need to... Oh gosh. That makes that hallway really small, eh? I want these to be big arches. This is not giving me the right look when I put a pleasant token on it. Oh, stretch it out. Oh, yeah, people. Yeah. Oh. Excuse me. Ah, there we go. Centered to me. Like, they look good. They're just not as big as I want them to be. I want these to be on the either side without these walls here. And can I make these? Can't make these bigger. Let's try again. Let's not give up. Okay. I think the banisters might help me. If I maybe can run a banister on the over the top. We'll see what happens. Like, yeah, like that's a nice wine. Like, that just looks good like that. Just literally just needs something to connect the top. That's all. Just so it doesn't look weird and, like, out of place. Good work. Honestly. Just leave it as such. Literally. Let's see what it looks like from character view. At least I get what I want. I get the pushback opened up. I guess I could experiment with something else, but I think that's going to be the most indiscriminate. It does look a little cheesy cheese. At least it looks like it fits. It makes sense here. Let me try and squeeze it. You can't make the buttresses smaller. Why would they give me buttresses and then like not let me make them change their size? And like this is my other question. This happens all the time. Why can I change the size of one item and then not the size of another item? Like what is... Why am I being restricted as such? Ooh, I guess this is something I did not think about. Do double arches. I have to be right back for bio. And we're back with another mildly entertaining stream of fantasy RPG headcanon. We last left off on what the heck am I gonna do with these buttresses? And what am I gonna do with these yarches? Do we want to do a double bay? Let's try over here. I think I've already said, hey, I don't like these small doorways. So we're gonna trash them. I like a big doorway. I like a big one. And let's really get those in there. That first brick. You still got some space to work. Muted because of the sneeze. I don't hate it, but I definitely don't love it. What are my options? What are my options? Put a giant buttress on here. Never mind. Perhaps maybe a gargoyle up on there. It's also a never mind. I guess just make a decision. I already know I like the double. I like the double hallways. Much better than this double archway. Double wide, not double arch. You know what I'm saying? Guess the double arches give me more fun alchemist logo gargoyles, but this just gives me that big open look. That's what I want. I want this big open look. Maybe. Let's try this. Let's see what happens when I do this. Da la da 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 yeah. Maybe we do the doubles on the outside because it's the... And then the interiors are these. Might have to put a couple in over there. Peak. Yeah, right on the first brick. And on the first brick line, keep it centered. First brick line. Keep it centered. First brick line. Let's see. Oh. It's gotta be a tad bigger, eh? So I can straddle both sides. There we are. Ah, that's why. Oh, Oopsies. Yeah, sometimes it's just like the little things. Like I started building on these banisters. They work for what I want them to do, but like as I builded them on the second time around, I see, hey, like these things are a little too small. Let me just like size these up proper now that I got everything freaking like measured and etc. etc. And now I can come in and just like do those little edits to make them clean, make it clean, so it plays the way I need it to play. Good enough. Oh, do I keep going? Do I do more? Do I do really, really long ones? I really wish I could make these bigger. I don't know why they won't let me. That's lame! It's just me in the world, left to my own devices. It's like weird. Here's another thing. Like, use the control key to do free move on the pieces. It's like this, but for some reason these ones will auto stick, and for some reason these ones auto float. Hold control, they stick. Don't hold control, they float. But we can make these ones bigger, as big as we want. Why? Like, why can these ones be bigger and why can't the other ones? That don't make no sense. At least I can do a little bit of the cheatsies here. Let's see if I can get these to fit. No, it's just too big. It just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't. What can I do? I could place these. Let's place these. Let's see if like maybe if I put like some ivy down, some falling ivy. because this will be on the outside, so I guess I can attempt to cover it up a little bit. Because that doesn't look bad. You know what? It doesn't look bad at all. I'm going to save these columns. So I'm just going to tell you to pick what I like anyways. Plants. Moss, Nettie. What are those called? They gave me new hanging plant, hanging plant, hanging plant, hanging plant, hanging plants. What can I use there? Really looking for anything I can just stick in there. Use a plank and paint it white. I just won't have the right girth or thickness. This is something I wish they would put into the abstract as well. Click and drag shape size. So like, right now I just need a little, customizable pillar. Customizable cube. Yeah, what do I have to stack up these cubes a bajillion times? Yeah, so I guess I could use a cube. It was just custom shape drag, you know? Like, I wish I could just be like, oh, here's the rectangle I need, let me make it. But I have to keep doing this freaking cube that only has a three-dimensional squeeze. Silly. I guess I could stack a couple of these cubes next to each other, and what's the harm? Paint it on white. Well, with this technique, maybe I get rid of the double arches over there too. can't make these any smaller. It's gonna be problematic. Problematic. All over. Color differences. Ow. Also, there wouldn't be. Yeah, there's no way I'm ever gonna get that pigment. Or is this not super noticeable? I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I think I'm definitely just gonna pause that and try and get a second opinion because I don't know. I want some help. I'm gonna call a lifeline and call a friend. My question is how many of these things do I think I actually need? I don't think I need these. Why do I even need these? It's not that big of a room. I have mine sectioned off. Add shelves. So these student shelves, this will be teacher shelves. Furniture shelves. Yeah, like collision helps here, so I can just like see where the true corner is, and then I'll just take it. Try and take it. There we go. Yeah, that way it's like mostly lined up, and then we just kind of get rid of the clipping. No, it's too extra. Need shelves. I think a corner shelf works here. It's not giant. That's the right one. So we'll get rid of this one. Put this one in. Down the sides. Let's see. Just trying to find some furniture that I want to throw in here. It's more indiscriminate furniture. Like, do we need... This is a very nice table, though. I should use this table places. I like my butcher's tables in here. Let's keep with that theme. And then over here we'll do more shelfies. Da 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 da. Dwe-dum, dwe. Dwe-dum, dwe-dum, dwe. Ya-dun-dun-dow. Actually works. Actually works. Let's try and shrink it to the window size a little bit. Put it right up to windowsill height. Get it right on the line. Oh, I love it, dude. See, like, this is like cool stuff you can do. You just gotta get creative and know what you want. You know, like, this is a big shelf that if you just sink into the floor, it becomes a really short shelf. Oh, no. Do I hate that? And do I love this? Yeah, I think I hate that. I think I love this. It's all cute little window shelves. It's a little big. Maybe we do something like this. Oh, you can go in here and customize it. Wow. What an awesome item. Awesome, fun, cool, wonky, different. You serious? Like, why can't I make this smaller? Why do I have to have these giant meat hooks? Giant! Dun, 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 dun. Try and sneak in my own little action. Ooh. Yes. The blackboard. This thing's huge. Let's reel it in a bit. Would this teacher have one? Possibly. I kind of like it. I'm starting to fill up the space a bit. Oh. Planters. Let's give it some shape, some variance. Like I always love to kind of, you gotta give that realistic touch. Right? No, in no way, shape, or form in any world would 12 basil plants, weed plants, flower plants, who care what plants, would they ever, all 12 of them grow exactly the same. Why? Why you ask? Because real life. Because sun. Because like the sun would be coming in through this window, so like these, oh, not that one. These ones over by the window would get a little bit more love. A little bit more love. Oops again. Maybe that's a little extreme here, but I'm just kind of trying to accentuate the shape of these so they just don't all look the same, you know? I don't want it to all look the same. Which of these ones over? Not by the window would be a bit lower. There we go, this one. You can take a second one of these and fill that up. Yes! Ah, that looks so good now. Okay, cool. It's a little tea corner. It's the alchemy school. So like variants, these potion bottles, not a single one of these potion bottles is gonna be the same color. I mean, like this, I think this one and this one are a little bit close, but like it just looks bad to have 2 or 3 of the same colors, right? It just like it's just not the same. One thing like school desks, normally you can have those pretty neat and orderly. If you've ever been in a classroom, people just always try to get them in like a nice design. But here's a good example of some variants. How I leave these chairs. Let's take a look. Little crooked, straight, straight. Little crooked. Got these ones going in towards each other. Straight pulled out. Crooked away. Straight. Crooked facing away from each other. Like none of these patterns will ever be the same. You just gotta do a little variance. Let's see. Crooked same way. Straight. Facing away. Straight, crooked facing in on the other side. So it's like, you take that, and you just start doing quick zoom bys. You're like, ah, these are just chairs. They're thrown in. You know, if every single chair was just nice and straight, I gotta come in here and kind of do some variance on these chairs a bit too. Because these are all straight chairs, because they were pre-gen. But I just wanted, I wanted to have like a little bit of a realistic touch and feel to it. And yeah, right now I'm just trying to I go through in phases. So like first it was like theory, brain shop, workshop, figure out what I'm making. Now I know what, now I need to know how. So the shape. You see a very definitive shape here that we've landed on. After shape, you start building, and so like for example, library is a great place to start. So I did all the overarching themes. So the themes of these study rooms, all the base materials that I need for them to be the room that they need to be. Same thing with the library, the books, the front desk, all these little individual desks, the sofa chairs, hidden little private desks. So like all these overarching themes, what's the word I'm looking for? Taxidermy room, the art room. So then, to my point, is we'll go back through after I've done it for the whole castle, and we'll just put life into each room, right? So by life, I mean like, go in here, paper. I could throw like just like some leftover scrolls and parchment from people maybe students that have been working here. Ink and quill. Perhaps some cups. Some obscure studying potions. Like what have you. Just stuff to make it real. And on that, so once we come in, we do that a bit, and we come and fill it up. You scroll out, and like the rooms just start to have a little bit more feel to them. Like look at the kitchen; it has some more items and stuff on it. Or like in here, most of these are pre-generated, except for this purple table over here. But like that feel, just like the play sets, etc., etc. So it's like the stuff just kind of starts to build. The more you put layer on, the better it's gonna look. Like lighting is gonna be another phase and layer that I will have to do. Let's give ourselves a save, so I don't get too far ahead of ourselves. Oh. I'm gonna be right back though, while this saves. All right, T. I promise I'm here behind this purple screen. Ba 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 ha ha ha. It was me. Weinreich. Alright, where are we? Study, leave the side of the castle. Yeah, thing is, I can do little. back to here. I think with the buttresses, it's a little too much. And I honestly think buttresses go on the inside of a building. Somebody Google buttresses for me. Ever so gingerly. Ever so ginger. Eh. 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 Yeah, right there. This guy. Squeeze it. This is it, guys. This is the maximum entertainment I have to offer you today. Strenuous plays the pieces so even. This is helping me catch some of my errors. Oh, Control Z. Just want to shimmy it over. That's all. Shimmy you over. That's it. La da 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 da. 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 in the middle of this one with a little gap if I can help it. A little gap, yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Little gap. Let's see what it looks like. Oh my God, it's Liddy. I love it. Oh my, I think I've finally broken the game. Yeah, I think that's it, baby. It's the castle. It's got a couple rooms left. Alright, let's go! None of my lovelies are online. I want more of these. And whenever... Actually, I mean, I guess... I just gotta be patient, right? Because... The thing is Dungeon Alchemist has done the thing. And the thing is that they've allowed us to do our own 3D modeling and import. And on top of that, they've allowed for community-based importing. So that means here let me finish this and then I'll show you. It means we can make we can take like ZBrush or any type of 3D. What's the other one? Blender. Any type of 3D modeling program. We can make a 3D model, and then we can come and we can bring it in and we can download it. Not only that, but we can share it. So I get access to what the rest of the community is building and adding, which I think is super cool. Just putting in some coat hangers. So this all started. Oh jeez, get out from there. This all started because I want these coat hangers, and I would love, love to put some like lab coats on them, as this is like the alchemy herbology room. So for now, we're just putting these lab coat the hangers, putting the hangers down. But in the future, I might try and go add something myself, go look for something to download. One more, just cause, just so the 2 and 2. You see that? Do you see what I see? Sometimes we love, so here's another thing, a tip, a creating tip. We love symmetry. It really looks good. Like, look at how good that looks when there's 2 and 2 over here. If it was a little uneven, it would just make my eyes scream horrible. But on that, you don't want to make everything symmetrical. So let's take a look at the castle. This is a cool trick that I love. So we have this symmetrical shape. Let me close this. We have this symmetrical shape here and here. How these two wings kind of open up to access. This is the dining cafeteria. This is the greenhouse. However, look at the variance, right? Like we have a little bit of variance in the room in the front. So these 2 windows and 3 windows, same shape, same diagonal cut here, a little different. And then this one is going to have walls, and this one's going to be pulled way down. So like if I had that exactly the same, kind of like more similar to the backside of this, which is okay, this is great. But if I had the exact same thing up here, like, it would just be this really square, like, just a square, boring castle, I feel, you know? And this gives it something interesting, and it also keeps that symmetrical look, so our eyes say yes, and then we look at it a little bit more and we're like, oh, it's not actually the same thing. But when you do something like micro and not so macro, something like this, it's like, oh, look at how nice and even that looks. So it's like you want to play with variance and balance and symmetry, and use them in certain aspects, right? So here's a great example. Like if I was going to be designing a park bench, you know, like it would be as symmetrical as I could to maximize the efficiency in the space. But on that, we have 1, 2, 3 corner trees. We don't want it to look exactly the same, so we're gonna do orange trees. I'm gonna change that to apple tree and a lemon tree. I might come in here and just change some colors on these birds of paradise, just so they have some of their own flair. I don't know. I'm still working on these plants. I think I'll do something more interesting with these plants because I don't love it right now. But like here's another great example of symmetry with like glassware. We love an organized shelf, right? We hate a cluttered shelf. Yeah, this is going to be the school store. I guess maybe I can start working on this now. I don't know, I'm just like not wanting to do plants right now, so I'm like skipping that. This is gonna be this person's office. It might even be too big, I don't know. No, no, it's just gonna be a lot of storage in here. Because this is the alchemist teacher. They're just gonna have like potions and stacks of potions, like galore. Because I've done it before. I did the Cirque Magnifique build. If anyone has seen some of my work before on the stream here, um, and I have a potion tent, like a potion dealer, and I'd say it wasn't that much time. San was like super impressed by it, but like I didn't take that much time. I was doing, I think like an hour to just like load up this shelf with potions, and then like I did over here, just color them all different colors. And again, back to that symmetry and variance. So like on the shelf, I'll do a lot of like matching shapes of placement, and then like every other placement of like I'll do like a pairing of 3 or 4 in a row, and then I'll do like a couple scattered, like some have been pulled off, and then another row, like they're loaded up and stacked in storage. But then also on that, you want to come and use that symmetry for placement, but then use that variance with color. So you're going to want to make sure you have a lot of different varieties of colors, droves of one color and just a few of some other, and make sure you're trying to use as much of that rainbow spectrum as we can, because like you get this whole bar, you get even white and black. So there's like a lot of options you can really hammer out, if you will. Desk. What am I using for teacher desks? Oh, where's that other table? Might be a better desk. Because I did already use these as ottomans, and then probably continue to use them as ottomans. So that's something to note. You know, like you gotta, inside your builds, you gotta, you know, choose and kind of pick sometimes. I might be able to add to this. Like what you're gonna do and what you're gonna use. So like that leather top table I just deleted, I made it small to make it like an ottoman, like a not an ottoman, like a coffee table. So I can't, in that sense, take it and make it regular size and use it as a table or a desk, because I've already chosen that design as a coffee table. So it's like, as a character, as a player, it's just gonna look weird if you see it tiny like these, little tiny, and then you see it as a full size over there. Some stuff it's okay. I feel like something very specific like that isn't okay. I'm gonna try and take this because it has some cool woodwork on it. It's a little big too. Size it down. That's fine. We'll put like a lamp up there or something. Keep it centered on this window. Okay. Alright, so this has some cool, it has these cool little gothics, little imps, woodworks, but I need drawers because it's going to be a teacher desk. Maybe find end table. Oh, jeez. I just accidentally took a screenshot. I made a cool noise. Jeep. Yeah, I do like this because it does come with the drawers. So ain't even possible to. No. The heck's that end table, dude? Furniture, desks. Oh. Tables. Coffee tables, butcher tables. It's a square end table with a drawer. Oh my gosh, where is it? In cupboards, maybe? This is not changing the color of that at all. There it is. Yes, and it even opens up too. So this is kind of why I wanted to do this. Because with that other desk, you don't get that action. You don't get that action that we're looking for. I guess I should build this in the proper direction. So this is what I'm trying to do is build a workable desk here. Just kind of proving to be it. Actually, I guess I can do this temporarily. Remove these walls so I can see what the heck I'm doing. So yeah, so can't use that desk. Gonna make my own custom desk. You know, I know. But this custom desk will at least have usable, openable, operable drawers. So, you know, you saw that little end table can open. So this way, you could be like, oh, like I have secret notes to the class, or your grades to the class are in here. So you can create some fun opportunities for your players in this module. So that's kind of the goal. I want everything that's going to exist is going to be either like a hard scene item or it's going to be operable. Nothing's going to be like pseudo fake bull crap, which, you know, you can get away with a lot of pseudo crap. And it can look really good too. It's not to say it's like it's gonna be bad and it's gonna look bad. But just on that, you know, I'm challenging myself to make it like make everything as operable as I can. Like not even as like it's either it is or it isn't in this build. Is my goal. I think I like just literally this. It looks really good. I just wish I could throw no wish. We'll just go do. I need some type of chunk of wood that I can throw down there. I know something like this. Oh no, we can't do that either. It's gonna meet flush. Cause it's gonna have to open. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Might have to do that too. Sometimes you need the light to see what it's gonna look like, but other times you see how like that. You can see the line, that little line. Oh my god! Boom. So like sometimes the darkness works for what you're trying to do. Oops. I don't know. It's a really cool desk. One of the issues I guess I'm running into is just lighting. It's really tough to see everything. I got walls around everything because it's an enclosed building, and I haven't done like torches and sconces and all that jazz. So I guess I am struggling. Maybe think about doing lighting earlier in the build. However, on that, ooh, these gold rivets aren't good. But on that, I do want, because it's like lighting, I guess, is like, I want to have the room built and have everything placed and then do the lighting accordingly. Like, I guess when I set up my room, I was like, I'm going to put my computer over here so I have the fan in the window so I can be in front of the window. I'm going to put my TV on the only wall that's accessible, so that's a necessity, right? I have dumb space under here, so I put my bureau underneath my TV. And then I was like, okay, I need a lamp in this corner. I have the overhead light, and I did have a lamp in that back corner too. But I've since forth removed that. But I did the lights last. I was like, corner need lamp. I didn't come in here and be like, hey, we're gonna put a lamp in that corner, and then build the room around that. It just like, seems weird to me. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Who's an interior designer? I need some actual expertise. Or do I? Or do I? Question is, I think we can save that for. Oh, nice. Oh, that's a very throny. It's also very throny. With a Badal Kadin. I guess it's either that or this, and I don't like this. It's not suitable. Let's have it like pushed back, like they got up and left it. Juke stone gothic. We're doing the 9 checker panel. Yeah, and go and just copy paste the window. My favorite way to do windows. Gorgeous! Yes! Alright. What else would she have? She'd have like a personal bookshelf. I don't know why I gravitate towards a she for the herbology teacher. Maybe we should just ace that and say it's a he now. Because, you know, keep him guessing. I leave most of those decisions up to San. They have the best perception of, you know, character placement, yada yada. I feel like this is where my strengths lie. I think we're gonna make a really good team. I'm really excited to drop some content for you guys. Maybe we should have like a smaller little bookie shelf. Is there the brown one? That's that ugly ass one. Yeah, she's gonna have a little. They are going to have a little tea set up in here because they're all about the tea. Is my theme. I have the options to do it, so I'm just like, yeah, run with it. They love tea. They make plants. Students get tea. They have tea all the time. Oh yes, 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 yes. I need like 2 sofas. That's why I didn't use the sofas. Because now we do this. Yes. In case there's some students need talking to. Which means we don't like this here, which means we like it here. We love it there. There are private books. See? You see? So you set up the room, and where does a lamp go perfectly in this room? You tell me. You tell me. It goes right in the corner! It's perfect. Why? I don't know. Just wait and find out. That's why. It just fits perfectly here. It's out of the way. It's giving proper light for the area. Can't make those too bright. Perhaps. Where's my sconces? Wall-mounted candles, wall-mounted torches, wall-mounted lanterns. I don't know why. I think I'm rushing into light here. And I don't know, I think I want to do this like, hey, like, they use this green flame in here, which is like a safe flame for combusting. You don't want to combust. Could also do something hanging from the ceiling here. Yeah, this makes more sense in my opinion. for one. I hate how many of these are up here. Actually, I hate them in general, I think. I like this better. I'll just dial back the brightness a bit. Yeah, I don't know where I want that yet. But I like that. Matches a little different. Maybe we ditch the green light. Yeah, looks much better. Table. This is the one I wanted. Ah, it's so cute. It needs plants. Let's make it move. Oops. Yes, they need plants. They're the plant teacher person. And a tea set. Okay. What's this thing called? A samovar? I don't know how it works. I wish I knew how it works. we'll save on the fancy teacups. Or on the like the blue and glass. I want it to be like very like distinguishable. Oh my god, this is tea. Maybe we even do like a small, yeah, like a doily or some shit. Ah, the faded look on it kind of looks really bad. That looks super good. Yes. Alright, I'll be right back y'all in a second, y'all. So to go say boy howdy to my wifo. Outfit mods for BG3? Ooh. What does this consist of? What do they do? I'm so concerned. That's concerned and curious at the same time. Alright, so I guess I'm just like smoking super tibbet. No, 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 no. And I am back. Let's see. Been zoomed in on this similar bar. I put like a little receiving dish underneath this. Minting templates. Ooh, for a coin mint? I'm so excited. We're gonna do a maybe a heist module later down the road. Colory. Let's do this. Do this. Take this. Oh no! Come on, don't do that to me. Die. Oh, actually, undo. Take the cuvee, which I believe is just that. That looks like it's the same. Yeah, smaller. Yeah, cool. cabinet. What else do you need? Oh, sugar, sugar, sugar. This will be milk, cream. Maybe, unless I find something better. Ooh. Ooh, do we like these cups better? No, because they don't match the saucers. Those are saucerless teacups, if I've ever seen them. Ah! I gotta use the actual saucers. Oh, excuse me. Stacks of 4. Still looking for a sugar dish. Bowl. There's salt now. Salt can be sugar. Then just like looking for like a little a tray, I guess. Yeah. Ooh, do we want to have that all on a tray, or do we want to have a little spoon? Yeah, let's have a little serving spoon tray. Make it cute. Let's see. Anything white? No, so we just go to abstract. Customizable plane. Right about there, I guess. No. Dang it. There we go. Yeah, I just like that clay pot. It just has good shape and look to it. You know, it's like that the little color variance. I could get something that's a little bit more pory. I just like that look. Let me see if my mind changes at all. Pot of sugar. Okay, just make sure it's not bleeding out. Let's see what another customizable top for tea looks like here. So we're gonna make that cup look like it has tea in it. Yeah, no brown or tan or anything in there. It's all vibrant. Let's put some stuff on her desk. I guess this is a fun way to do this. Instead of plowing through all the different things, it's all the same. You know, this is just perfect for their little alchemy. I hate those books up there. I do like this up here, though. Extra mortar. Okay, get rid of those. Yeah, furnished desk. There we are. And then desk is cluttered. Now what do we need? We just need like one cool like teacher thing. I don't know if these will give it. I think those are the few variances we got. Like a skull would be cool, but I want to do something cooler than that. We'll go into our gold here. Yeah, like this decanter. Like, do I want this decanter? Or is that just too much gold? Or is just like leave that for wine? Or to make it like a little milky thing out of it? I don't know. And it's cool, the locket. Duly noted. Let's see. Yeah, like something like this, maybe. I can do like this Sphinx. I haven't used the Sphinx yet. Yeah, I think that maybe that makes more sense. Yeah, this is all I want. I just want like a cool like table piece. And actually, it kind of looks really good because it kind of is like pointy in there. Let's center it on the window though. Couple obscure potions, I guess. Hold on. What's up? I love it. Desk looks great. It's busy. Do you need to go fix that? And come in later and do these potions. I can't get the grid to the wall. Maybe that actually might help me. No. When they're in the right spot. Alrighty. Oh no! There's still little rivets. Maybe I just like do like. Maybe they just decide to hang some stuff from the walls. No, just go back and pull them all out a tad bit more. See, like that's what's bothering me. So why does it jump back every freaking time? Like I don't get that. It doesn't make any sense. Let me try maybe coming top down. But then I can't see. I was gonna do the same height. It's not gonna do the same breadth. Man, the hardest detail I've had to add yet. Literally, because it just like keeps replacing these things every time I click on them. I don't know why it thinks they're over there. Hardly makes any sense. Sometimes it's just as a creator, you just gotta deal with the limitations of the tools that you have access to. I think they look much better without the protruding things, but I can't have them eaten to the wall. You know, those are all pretty dang close. And it doesn't look bad with them sticking out. It'll make the jackets hang out a bit too. guess it does kind of look bad, but what are you gonna do? It doesn't look horrible. Doesn't look horrible. All right, done. I think this is gonna be like just like the janitor's prestidigitation crew room, or maybe like just like enchanted brooms. I don't know. This is gonna be the infirmary slash like the nurse's office. It's a school. Don't think there would be worn tile anywhere in this school. Everything's gonna be nice here. Yeah, I think we should switch it up too. I like that. This might match this tone. Yeah, it matches the walls a lot better. I love that actually. Medic. Heal. I don't know. What's the keyword to get me into all the stuff? Anatomy. Anatome. Actually, what's another trick I can do? Work smarter, not harder. Alchemist. We'll do a dissection room. Let's see what I like out of it. Don't hide your secrets from me. Show me what you hold, Dungeon Alchemist. Yes, I have to admit, I spend a fair amount of time just scrolling through item lists. And I don't think favoriting items would work. I think it's just... I gotta just get faster about knowing where things are, or maybe how they're organized could change. That might help me. I think it's just a me thing. Just get good, kid. Just gotta get good. That's what it's all about. Man, dude. The room process is gonna get real tough. I'm glad I'm done using that on this map. Here's something to talk about. So, I think Alchemist mod does a decent job of like playing above its capacity. So, like, you can make a big map, and it is difficult for the program to run it. However, it's only difficult to run it if you're using like all their auto-generated stuff, yada yada. Like click and drop and placing items and stuff still is really smooth. And just the more stuff you put on the map, you're gonna just inundate your load time, which is okay. It's nothing overly like substantial. What is a deal is like right now, see how I'm trying to just create a room for some inspiration on items. It's taking it an awful long time because I have so many other rooms on this map. The map is so big, and also I have so many items on this map. So, you know, trying to continue to do auto-generated rooms on a really big map isn't gonna work for anybody. However, once the big map's made, I think it operates fairly fine, and it's just an upload speed, getting it up and running. Caveat, as long as you don't have like a shit ton of animations and stuff, like moving parts and lights. But yeah, I feel like it's oh, hey, what's up, Stormy Snow? I'm doing pretty good. Just trying to get this alchemist dissection room to load. I'm working on Lyceum College, which is a campus quote-unquote college build for a module, tier 1 module for D&D. hang on a little bit, Stormy Snow, while this room loads. It is massive. That's why I was just describing why the autogen system in Alchemist, it starts to bog down a bit when you have a really big map and when you have a lot of auto-generated rooms. So I was commenting on the fact that like Alchemist is really good when you click and drop and drag. I'll show you how it doesn't slow anything down. Um, but when you try to do as we see, just do a small like 6x10 room here on the back end of this big map when I have a bunch of stuff on it already, it takes a lot of time. So just bear with me here. I can't really. Let me see if I can move around. Hold on a second. Okay. Yeah, I can't move yet. It's still generating. Let me see. Like 80 by 100 maybe. I've done some really really big stuff. If you want, I can show you after I save. Um, it's like the capacity of the system is really good. I just think if you want to do big stuff, you gotta do all your auto gens early, and then do click and drag and drop for everything afterwards. Oh yeah, yeah, it's large, but like I said, I think I have like a 120 by 120. Um, I have some smaller stuff too. I have like some 30 by 30s, which are actually really fun to build because you can go super fast. I honestly think I'm just gonna not use this technique. I was just trying to. No print. It's actually gonna go into a VTT module packet. So essentially what we're doing is I have a partner who is constructing a module. There we go. Constructing a module and like a story and a playthrough for this dungeon that I'm making. And I'm going to be building all the map assets for it. So together we'll release the Lyceum College as a tier 1, level 1 to 5 module, and we're kind of trying to gear it towards learning. So it's more for beginners and DMs that are trying to learn. But I think I've played the run through before myself. Um, it's great. It's a lot of fun. I'm a super experienced D&D player. So yeah, let's see what actual size are we rocking here. 100 by 60. Let's not delete everything. There we go. Yeah, I'll just give you a. Would you like a walkthrough from? For what game makers? We use Foundry currently, but I think that there's multiple VTTs that support they're called DAM files. So I mean, just while we're talking about it, you can export this map in several fashions. Let me just save before I start doing stuff to show you. So you can do a top-down view of no animations, just a flat PNG map, which is super useful. I've actually used it a couple times for like one-shots and stuff. And it just creates like a really, really detailed two-dimensional map, which has a lot of 3D type graphics on it, so it gives it a lot of feel. But the potential of this is you can do full walkthroughs, and your players in Foundry or other VTTs of similar fashion can have a player token that actually, if you know Hero Forge, you can make a token in Hero Forge and you can drop those tokens into this. It's compatible, which is really cool. Um, but these players can then walk through your 3D world if they have the full version uploaded on their Foundry and stuff. So the potential for players to kind of really boot up uh, their stream potential and such is like, it's huge. It's awesome. I'll show you what everything kind of looks like through a player's eyes. In the back, we have this library, a massive library for the college. There's going to be a school store. I was just working on the herbologist's office. This is the greenhouse. I'm getting ready to work on the nurse's office, the infirmary. Over here is the dining commons and such. And I'm kind of working on everything inside before I get to the outside and do like the grounds of the campus and stuff. I have everything like on the outside like already shaped up. All right, here we go. Nice. So this is really cool. We'll just go into a full walkthrough. So this is the Great Hall. Yeah, I use the DAM. It's super nice. It's actually like easy and smooth. I like it because you can do a really fast auto-gen map and pump something out for your campaign or your one shot that you're thinking about, and just put it on a DAM file and just make everything super easy for everybody. I love like, oh, look how good this looks looking down at the library. The lighting's a little right now because I have it for building light. So this is going to be the dining commons, the cafe. You can go eat outside. The kitchen. Doop. Doors are the actual animations and use, chests and stuff. So like I'm gonna go through with my DM to make sure like all the Easter eggs are lined up nice and tight. So players that are using this in its full fashion will have the ability to look and find stuff that's cool. Have doors be locked and you have to wait for permission to open them. Oh, that needs to be turned around. So this is just like a study. Another private study over here. I kind of tried to theme all the studies a little differently. This one's like plants, the last one was like artifacts. The Great Library Hall, still got to fill up the librarian's desk there. This is paintings, just kind of like an art painting room. Again, the lighting's meh because I'm in building light, not thematical light. And then like I always forget, taxidermy room. There we go. I always blank on that name. And so like right now I'm just like, it's like my hand's getting a little tired. I'm WASD just walking around. Spacebar to jump, no crouch. So it's like the players will have full range to touch and do everything, but you're playing an RPG, you're playing D&D. Like you wait for the DM's permission to move forward. You ask for the checks at this door to unlock it if it's locked. Oh, I hit my sleight of hand check. Cool. Now I click it and I can open it. That room's not done yet. It's a little cluttered, so I'll just ignore it. I'll come in here. So this is, yeah, like I said, the office for the herbologist. So like, yeah, we could put like a little cool Easter egg in their desk, maybe like the grades to their tests or something that they can come sneak in here and grab. And this is the classroom. Still working on it a bit. And that's gonna all lead into like this, like the herbology and like medicine and nurse's office all kind of tie into one. So it's like a quick little walkthrough through an eyes of what like the players would actually see. Yeah, honestly, Foundry's really, really nice. I'm like on the fence right now. I think maybe next year when I start doing a little bit more DMing for like pay to play, I'll probably give that to my players. Because it's super good and I'm doing all this work on Dungeon Alchemist and it just like ties together. So yeah, but I always love the having the simple aspect of a program, even though it has this really high capacity, but like let us do PNGs, let us do DAM files and keep it simple if we want to. Oh yeah, this is so get back into building the infirmary here. One thing I would like to say is this this program has a lot of potential past just being like a VTT and a playable module. Um, you can use it cinematically. There's a camera mode. You can do player perspectives and record, and you can do all these different types of scenes. So what my partner in this project actually has been doing, they're my DM Friday night games. So they on our stream they're kind of doing like some cinematic scenes, like some still scenes with just like our Hero Forge models dropped in a map that I've made, and then like some panning shots and some cool like movie type cinematic views to just add more content to the stream. I think it's the world is vast with Dungeon Alchemist. You have many options at your disposal. Wow, there's some really grotesque stuff in here that I don't need. Just wanted these tables. Okay, so let me get rid of this then. And I won't do auto-gen rooms, I guess, because it's gonna take forever. I'll just do one more. Castle. There's one that's really pretty much what I want. Mansion. Village. No. Maybe a laboratory. I'm just gonna have to build it from scratch. Well, and a Roman villa, nice. You talking like multi floors, like tiers? Yeah, so that's kind of the crux of this build, right? Is it's a castle, it's gonna have tiers, so essentially I have to just create 3 different maps. And like on that, like I've tried to do some builds. Here, I'll just like I can just show you. So like a great example. I saved this so I can just load. I did a little Druid Grotto here, Atlantis' Grotto. So it's a grotto. It's like a big cave type, valley type thing, right? But in order to do this the way I wanted it to, I wanted to do a nice little mansion up top here. See, like it's got like this little villa, like all up top. But I had to do the highest floor on the map. I had to redo this map like 3 times just so I could build auto gen with fixed walls up here. And then everything else, we'll flip the camera around, everything else below it is just like freehand, dropping things in, yada, yada, yada. So, like, yeah, I hear you. Thank you. I hear you on, like, the multi-level stuff. You gotta kind of play around with it right now. Yeah, so this is like a little map for a druid. Like, this is his house. This is Grotto, a little coral reef scene. I took the moss and just painted it a different color and kind of stacked it up on each other. So, like, it looks really good when you stick it underwater like that. So yeah, this is kind of do like a couple of hangout patio spots. He's a king, so he's always like having guests. He's got a little workout spot. He's a buff, prideful, trident king, so it's a sea grotto type look. Here I'll show you my big the circus macabre. So this was both of these maps here I'm showing you were built for our Friday night campaign, which is like a evil, dark circus, macabre circus vibe type deal. Yeah, full loading bar, like yeah, like it's pretty big. But I think this was like honestly like one of my first builds, like first full build. But this showcases like the potential of Alchemist. It's insane. Absolutely insane. How big is this? Oh, this one's only 60 by 60, but this one is chock full of everything. It's got full animations on all these things. All these tents are fully decored. Let's make it daytime so you can see. Yes, this is the circus grounds. We have like the family gay day. They're this undead family of kind of like voodoo doctor, uh, and they like manipulate the dream realm. So they're like the benefactors of this dark carnival we have. I'll go back to Lyceum main here. So yeah, and I mean I've seen some really cool art on like the Steam library and stuff of stuff that people have done in Dungeon Alchemist that's like non-functionable but like full build type stuff where you have an entire like castle all the way 3 stories with like crenulations at the top and all the stonework, right? And they have these big pictures. But like to do that, you got to stack a lot of stuff up on top of each other, and like it's a great way to show an example. Like if I wanted to do a second floor on this, an actual one, we got to go to here. We got to go to structures. There's platforms, metal platforms. You can do it with metal. This is perfect, right? So like you got all these pillars, and these ones are, mind you, are a little bit skinnier than most. Like so, you say you drop this in, and then you start dropping these in. Collisions off. Like you have all these pillars now underneath your build, right? So it's like things get really thick underneath the floors that you start creating. 3D camera angles like this start going out the window, and a lot of this stuff isn't just going to have functionality. So like separating the floors like I'm doing here, I think is the right move. I worry that just like the load times of switching from floor to floor on a big map might be significant, but all things that we're kind of learning as we go. Right, like stuff just gets a little thick when you start, and it's like not to say like the art that they made isn't gorgeous and beautiful, and I honestly I want to do possibly something with this. I might do like a scaled back model version though, where it's the whole castle. You can scroll back like this, and I can just take a screenshot, and maybe that'll be like the front page of this module package that we're doing. So that you can like see the whole castle. It's like a cinematic picture, and it's not just like this stripped apart blueprint almost. But for playability, it has to play like this, in my opinion. So Let's see here. So yeah, this is what we're doing here. We're gonna make this. So maybe the nurse's desk and the nurse's desk over here, most space. We would have just like a simple desk here. Not that desk. Not that simple. Maybe this simple. Oh, maybe that's just perfect. That one right there. Bench. A little big. Stool? No. Chair? There it is. A little big. About the same size. There we go. It's like, I don't know. I'm super picky about just like specifics and stuff and attention to detail. So it's like I don't want to have this chair and this bench that match if they're not going to be the same size. I tend to kind of like roughly drop everything in the room, and then I'll come back with a top-down view and try to place everything very specific in the manner I want it. Oh, this is new. This is like, I see so many uses for this piece. Like, I'm gonna use it here several times for like infirmary beds, like a little private. But like, also, you could use this like on a boat. This would work on a boat to like do some beds, and then maybe you could do like hammocks hung in between them. You could maybe use this in a carriage of some sort, depending on how you're what you're doing with your build. Which way is this door open? In. Ah, what happened? They're really chunky though. They're really chunky. Maps for Foundry. So you talking like image quality for PNGs or for like just the DAM files? I'm gonna do something like this. Oh. Do I hate it though? I hate that. That should be like a table. Word. What does DPI stand for? Maybe like a. No, we need this. Like someone's actually being worked on. But like I'm not gonna keep the bleeding slit here to gather the blood. We're gonna omit that and maybe like try to put like some bedding over it. I'm just trying to make it look like a doctor's table. This is a college with students. We're not like harvesting their fluids. We're not. It's not what we're doing here. I wish they would add more like cloth type stuff, like clothing. Like we have like like the coat hangers and like there's all this. Like I wish I had like a jacket and a shirt. Affect the map size and Foundry, and if it exceeds certain threshold, Foundry will just not let the map load in. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I definitely, after I make this and call it done, I need to definitely play around with the input of Foundry and such, and we might have to reel some stuff in, but we will cross that bridge when we get there. I might just not like that at all. Meh. Yeah, the wood sticking through. Word, well, thank you for that, Stormy Snow. I'll definitely try and keep that in mind. The 60 by 60 we've already imported and stuff. We've played around. We use that as a DAM currently, so I think this is definitely the biggest map I've done yet. And I might have to do some trimming back. This really just doesn't match. The white... Is it important, though? Should I leave it? Do this with it. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of that. I hate it. Turn that door around. You know what? I'm gonna move the door. Yeah. Maybe this'll work. Almost. It's not flat. It's too unflat. Should be 150. Here, let me write that down. Over, what'd you say? 16,384 by... So here's a question for you, if you know. If someone was to make a 54 by 54 tile map, is that like on the threshold? 355 to 108 should be able to handle 150. Okay, yeah. Well, it's just pixel load, right? At that point. There's only so many bits, bops, and boobles that can fit. So like you said, I guess on that, can you really enhance your image quality? Say if you went from No, you can't, because one to 54 is your max image quality. So 54 is your line of threshold. That's good to know. So I think that's probably where I'll make all my maps. Is right at the 54 by 54. Like all my like that Grotto, just a personal quick map. I would make that 54 by 54. And then I guess max size, like you said, is what 108 on either side. I think a 108 by 108 map is big. I don't know if I'll ever do anything like that. I'll literally kill my computer. And I'm like running on some decent medium grade equipment right now. Oh, I love it. I got another map making buddy. And you're coming at me with the tech information over here, like the real gritty stuff. Mucho gracias, my friend. So 53 by 53. Just wrote that down. I like this for now. I don't love it. Placeholder. Table of sorts. Yeah, that's perfect. So a little table here. Those little, yes, this is what I want, a tea table. It's like a little waiting area. Yeah, if you have any 2 cents here on the room, we're doing an infirmary right now, so I think it's kind of furniture fill. Maybe just start rattling in some shelves. I think there'd be a lot of shelves in this room. I'm just gonna try and drop these in, and then I'll raise them up afterwards. But also, I don't like the color of the wood. Ugh. Now, this is one of my other smaller complaints, Stormy, is like wood pigments should be its own little like docket, and like all the shelves you should be able to click like, why do I get to, I like that I can have these funky colors, like sometimes I use them, but like right now I really just need this wood to match the grain of the wood in the molding in the wood of the desk, right? This dark brown look, and it could even be like kind of close because this is a little off from the chair, fine, you know, but now I have this bright white wood and I'm just like, I hate it. Yeah, I definitely, I tell my friend this, who my partner that I work with, because their computer works at a lesser capacity than what my rig's set up for. So like, especially when I sent them that big map, I was like, dude, shut everything off. Like, shut every background program off. Shut every like, turn every quality of graphic down. Like, literally set your computer up for like an endurance haul, because you're just gonna kill anything that exists inside that rig. And they were fine. They were fine. They're probably a little bit slower than what I work with. You gotta be careful for crashes from time to time. This is nail plank. Interesting. You know, so it's like, so here's what I gotta do, Stormy. I have this nice wood grain. I have these horrible looking shelves. Bye. Gone. Now I gotta go to benches. Or like tables. And see if I can just like drop in some type of shelf for myself. Yeah, it looks horrible. I mean, maybe we just don't do shelves and we do some counter or some cabinets, some cupboards. Maybe do like a bunch of corner cupboards. Ah. 107 by 107 for 150. At 150. Okay. I love it, because like I honestly, I love knowing like the thresholds, and like I want to know, because I do a lot of graphic work with like GIF files and PNGs and like little emojis and stuff. So like sometimes it's really tough when you're like, I have no idea how big this should be, so now I have to resize it and resize it and resize it and resize it. Which, if you create anything, you know, is just very cumbersome. So yeah, knowing your thresholds before you start creating is a great way to be. Oops. Yeah, I really like those cupboards there. And I guess maybe we'll just put like, I don't know, a hanging plant, a light, a lamp. Let's go grab our themed lamps for this corridor. I always try doing like silly stuff like this, so it's like I just like take a lamp and a style and just like use it for like this wing. And this is a much brighter room, so we don't need it to be as bright. Possibly hate this here? No, it's not the worst. No, because it's a lot of animation. It's just a lot of, so the more you try to inundate the program, it has so many limitations. But like on that it being horrible, it's like I've been there. It's part of creating. It's tough and sucks sometimes, but sometimes you gotta go back to the drawing board. I think this is good. I'll do another lantern over there. Do a hanging light over here. I want something nice, but like not too nice. You know what I mean? Yeah, maybe that's perfect. Alright, let's make sure everything's straight. Slide these in. There we go. Center this. I'm gonna get rid of the T. I just wanted the place set. Get you out of the wall. No, everything would be very neat and orderly here, I think. In the infirmary, everything's straight and proper and clean and you know what this isn't doing is putting light on the table. Let me move it. To actually illuminate the table in the room. Ah, this looks really nice. What do you think? What does it need? Yeah, so that is kind of the concern. So this is at least how I see, this conversation going, right? Is you have a group of players, you have them all on Foundry because you're the DM and you've purchased that and provided that, and then you have all these rigs that you have varying capabilities of, right? So you need to gauge that, and Alchemist gives you the three options of your PNG file, your DAM, or your full 3D. I forget the abbreviation for it. So like, hopefully you can do the full 3D thing. If not, maybe you do a DAM file with just a two-dimensional animations. If not, maybe you just do your PNG, no animations. So it's like you can still have the capabilities, and I think us doing this package and this module that we're going to present for our Patreon it's viable because you have all those formats. So whatever format you can use will be there. So everybody will have access to use this. not everybody will have access to use this in the same capacity. Um, those who have nice computers that have the capacity to do all this stuff, it's a really cool VTT with a lot of bells and whistles. Is it necessary? No. I mean, it's D&D. All you need is graph paper and a pencil at the end of the day, right? But it's nice to have all these cool extra thematics and stuff. Let's see, need water. That's a gross bucket, so we're not going to use the gross bucket. This is also as gross. Also as gross. No water. Bucket of meat. What's inside the bucket of meat? It's a bucket of salt. These are buckets of salt. Let's see. Where would it be? I know there's one other water bucket thingy. Yeah, this one, the tub. This is a bit cleaner looking. What do we want? So here's something, Stormy. So yeah, every map we'll have to have in our packet in 3 formats. You know, I don't think it's that much. You know, and I honestly think it's the current complaint with a lot of like the current modules and stuff that we get is like, you know, you get a D&D book in text, but you don't get it in computer form, right? You have one version or format of something, but you don't get all these other formats. So I actually think it's like a cool talking point that, hey, we have a PNG, we have a DAM, so you have all these different access points for people to use the same product and all get to have the same fun, just, you know, in a different light for in capability. Um, yeah. But yeah. So funny thing I wanted to say, because this map's so big and everything's so grand and it's like a big castle wide, and the rugs just are like really horrible spacing wise. And as you know, I'm sure you know, if you try to make a big rug, it looks really big and obnoxious. And if you try to attach several rugs together, you can see all the lines of the squares of the patterns, like they don't have an extended pattern. So yeah, totally. So I haven't used a rug for a single rug. Single rug. They're all like tablecloths and doilies and like maybe it might use this here. And I think it has this nice this nice like little cultural feel to it, just like instead of just having like basic cloth. I don't know. I'll leave it for now. I don't know what I think about it. Right? Like look at it. Makes a fabulous doily. Oh, this one's the moneymaker. Because that pattern was a little bit too much for my tastes. No, we gotta make sure we hide that. Like, look at how quaint that looks. Huh? It's so quaint. Yeah, I think they make really good, like, doormats. I've used them as doormats frequently. Like, whenever I do a shop counter with like a vendor and like a cashier, like I'll use like a little rug as like a placemat, like, you know, like you see at the convenience store maybe, or if they have like that little rubber mat. But like we're in Fantasyville, they wouldn't have a rubber mat, they would have like just like a rug, right? So I think you can make some creative liberties. I think in general, like that's the theme of Alchemist, is like how many ways can you use this one item, right? And you just like get surprised sometimes. You're like, dang, I didn't think I could do that with this, but look at me go. Okay. rug to rag. To cloth. Towel. There we go. I was like, I know there's freaking more options here somewhere. Stack these up. Do a pulled one pulled off. And a bar of soap. Ready? This is on that. On that, use something multiple ways. Check out my bar of soap. You take a white pillow and you make it really tiny. And it's a bar of soap, and then it's got little ridges on it. So ready, watch what we'll do here. Tray, rusty platter, silver serving tray. So then we'll add another piece to it, like a soap dish, to kind of take your eyes off of the wriggly lines of the pillow a bit. And now you tell me that ain't a bar of soap. You tell me that ain't a bar of soap, Stormy. Like, it's because it's a European program and it's using metrics, right? Do you play Baldur's Gate 3 at all? Because in Baldur's Gate, Baldur's Gate 3 is Larian's a European company, so they present the game in a metric system, but they're using the 5e system, which is all in feet, imperial. So like, I didn't realize I've had like 2 or 3 run-throughs, and I'm like, oh my god, why are all these spells feeling weird and like not making sense in my brain? And I was like, oh, it's because they're all in freaking meters. I'm like, oh my god, no wonder. I'm like, this is all like 12 and 13 and like these weird numbers. Like D&D 5e is like everything's 5, 10, you know, like 20, 60, like something even. And then you convert it into meters and everything's like 12, 13, 23. Which is just confusing because, and it's not to say that the metric system is confusing. It's not. It's the opposite. But when you're trying to convert the American system, and 5e was presented in the imperial system, you know, so it's like 1 by 1 meter, but due to 5e, yeah, 1.52. Yeah, it's like, it's just weird. Like, that's a hard transitional number there. It's not fun or easy. Just taking a little briggity break, a little chill break. Ah, yes, make sure you're drinking water, Stormy. Your body will thank you. Let's see. I like it, but let's put it off center. Oh god, oh god, oh god. And I will, one other thing is like, you can only zoom in so far. It would be nice if I could zoom in a tad farther. Um, and some of these. Because they're so cute. I'll do like one of these little like ascending things. Oops. Yeah, it's just like on design. Like I love playing around with symmetry and pattern, but then also playing around with like variance and keeping things like a little funky or wild or natural. So like in this room, I think just because it's the infirmary and the medic's room, like it'd probably be very neat and such. So I'm trying to keep everything neat in stature, but what's like a grand design. So like in, ooh, let's get rid of this because it's gonna make this point not really make sense. So the castle design, you see how there's the two wings right here that extend out on either side. So I wanted to have the one half of the castle be symmetrical, the library half. The other half of the castle be symmetrical but with variance. So we have matching square wings on either side of the greenhouse and of this little outside patio, but this is going to be, the greenhouse is going to be a full wall build, very thick and dense, and then this is going to be very light, open and airy. So they're the same shape, they're the same thing, but they have entirely different looks. I think if you use too much symmetry, things start to look weird. Especially when you're using plants and trying to do natural stuff with like trees and stuff. You gotta, everything, mushrooms, everything's gotta be placed, wonky and different. But see how this guy just kind of has like a good look up to the front? How it's the same but different with the split in the middle, and then we come to the back and it's got this very nice symmetrical feel. And then again, so on that variance but symmetry, so we have 4 identical studies, but inside each study we have a different themes. This one's like artifacts. Furniture's placed mostly the same, a little bit of variance. This is the plant room. So all the furniture's been shoved to the dark side of the room, and all the plants are shoved to the windows. And then we have these 2 rooms. They're just like, the same thing, but just different. So it's, you play on that symmetry, but also sometimes you want to throw a little of that spice in there. Yo, that would honestly be mad freaky. Like a mirror image forest. Maybe the path that you walk is on the line of symmetry, and on either side everything is exactly the same. I don't know. It depends on what is it, just like, is it like a quest? Is it like a traveling quest? Like, is this like an on the way to somewhere? Is this his own world, its own place? I don't know. These are questions that could have some very fun and interesting answers. Alright, so that's done. That's done. We're almost done with this wing over here. We're almost done with the main floor. We can just go outside and do trees. Um, hmm. Yeah, sometimes I get lazy and I'm just like, I'll let the random alchemist variants design my desks. You know, everybody and their mother's on ChatGPT. You know, I can use the random gen too. They don't need any of these things. We need a mop, broom. Oh, oh, now it lets me flip things over. Sometimes I don't understand the variants. Sometimes I'm like, I don't get it. Like, so like with this mop, I can get a left and a right bucket and a right and a left bucket. You know, that flip, that transfer, flip horizontally. But not with everything else. I don't get to do that. Um, very. I'm experimenting right now. Enchanted buckets. Is it tacky? Yeah, you gotta. You gotta like. All right. So here's a good example. Like on a desk, right? Not everything's gonna be perfect on a desk. You gotta have some of these angles, some of these weird things. But then like some things would be like this ornament that would always be perfect. This timepiece I might always, you know, like. Or like, so here's another example. This is a very organized tea cabinet where their things would be put away and stacked. But like we don't have these even right here. We have these like in a little triangle off kilter, right? So it's like, yeah. Sometimes things got to be straight and nice and neat, and sometimes you gotta. And having that artistic eye to decipher that sometimes is tough, and it's nice to have a second opinion. I'd say. Um, do, do, do. Oh, ew, no. Need this one. Oh, ew, no. Oh, this one. I didn't know I had so many openings. Wow. Also, not this one. Possibly this one. It doesn't match my grain. Um, like make something custom or something. Yeah, honestly, you know what? I kind of like that. I played around with it. I did like a Fae world with my players in a campaign, and I did like it was like this wild magic shard grotto of like fey magic. So like from the center point, the map was like a kaleidoscope all the way around. It had 4 quadrants that were all identical as you walked around in a circle, but the center point was the one point that like kind of it converged from. And like the players really loved it, and it was wonky, and it really gave that feel. But then if you did that with like a 3D map, and you really gave that bigger thematic, like that's a really good idea, Stormy. Oh, this is here's an idea. The one I need is gonna take forever. Like, jeez. There we go. Nice. All the rooms are touching. Uh, while we're on it, I got another alchemist buddy here. Why, for the love of God, are there like zero hand placed doors? We have all these hand placed walls. We can do all these hand placed stuff, but we can't have a hand placed door. I don't get it. That's like that's a fun idea, right? That's something that like that's like those what are those like art sculptures where like you look at them from one direction and they're nothing. It's just a bunch of pieces hanging, but then you turn and you look at it from one direction. And you're like, oh my god, it's an elephant like jumping over a peach. You know, like um, structural. Where'd my music go? I think I gotta take a break. I gotta get out of this chair, stretch, go check on the plants. Been at it for a good grind here, but I've got a lot of work done. Yeah, it's not gonna be a door. These walls are gonna be doors. It needs to be functioning. Maybe let's do like a rope. Thanks. Appreciate that. Yeah, this iron gate door, right? That one places, but it doesn't open, and it's locked, but it doesn't open at all. So it's like, like I don't know if you've heard me say it. I really want to make sure this build is fully functional. So none of that nonsense of things don't work or they're just you can look at it but you can't touch it. So I'll just have to get cute or smart here. Honestly, I could just probably go here, because it's on grid. I was just like, dude, like just make a real closet, not a fake closet. Well, like yeah, once you go into so like you see right now, I clicked on the three demon, the place door, place window, place wall, anything that works in the whole code of all the animated stuff. This is like when it slows down like crazy, which is why I'm like, if I could just place a door anywhere I wanted and not have to get into this. I mean, maybe it's just like something they can change in the code eventually too. Yeah, I gotta place a wall there first. And then go place a door there and just make it a real closet. I don't know what. Those went away. Something went away over here, and I'm not sure what it was. But another day, another day. Save and stretch. Get some lunch. Um, I might stream tomorrow. The first half of the week was a lot of like just like storyboarding and like figuring out direction and stuff. And I think the second half of the week is just gonna be a lot of creation. So I tend to stream my creation. So I'll probably be on tomorrow morning too. And then as we get through the new year and into next year, I'm gonna start streaming on a more consistent basis. I'll probably release a schedule on my channel as well. Funny stories. I don't know. We do a lot of serious role playing stuff. Here's a funny story. So we do a lot of serious role play on a Friday night because it's evil and we want it to be like tasteful and not like chaotic. So we don't do like any crazy weird stuff, but like it's real intense and serious and um, but we have this running joke with our DM on Friday night. We were in Theros, which is like a different plane world with its own like gods and had happenings going on. And we were just like in the city, just like gallivanting around. We had just busted our friend out of prison, and we knew like the guards were coming for us. So we were like, "What's like the most like breeziest thing we could do as the bad guys in this situation?" We're like, "Oh, let's just go get some food. Let's get like some lunch, like whatever. They're coming to get us." Well, so we went and we found a bakery, and we ordered some croissants. But for some reason, one of our players decided to make them nutmeg croissants and like at first it was like okay like the nutmeg croissants and then like we started like minor imaging nutmeg croissants and then like using them in dreams and every time we get breakfast it's a nutmeg croissant and now it's been like a year 2 years running where like I'll throw nutmeg croissants into my other campaigns that our DM plays in just like fuck just stop no more nutmeg croissant like nobody does that nobody puts nutmeg in a croissant that's weird but we do in Friday nights. So that's my funny story. Ooh. All right, well, I'm getting out of here, Stormy. Nice to meet you. Thanks for the follow. Uh, hopefully, we see you soon.